Hey guys, this is Evan. As you can see, I've decided to add some intro music on the advice of some friends, and in an effort to make it sound a bit more polished. So I hope that is a welcome addition to this podcast, trying to figure it out and see what I can add and how I can improve this podcast moving forward. And give this little sort of introduction here to the podcast instead of jumping straight into it. So yeah, this podcast is about one piece of wisdom or a piece of advice that you would be willing to share and give out. And I'm immensely grateful for the willingness that my friends showed here to be on my little project here and give their own advice and their own wisdom and their own honesty, and I think it turned out really well. I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was incredibly fun to talk with everybody, especially in a group setting, and I hope you find it enjoyable as well and a bit informative or helpful in any way. But besides that, I have also started an Instagram for this podcast. It's at ExistencePod. It's at ExistencePod. That's what it is. That is it. ExistencePod on Instagram. I not sure where that's gonna go. I'm not one for social media, but it's out there and it's in existence. No pun intended. As well as a Gmail. I got an email. So it's evanisinexistentialcrisis at gmail.com. If anyone's interested in emailing me anything, I don't know who would, but there it is. It's out there. And that's about it for this little introduction. I hope this podcast is enjoyable for anyone who, at all, if anyone is deciding to listen to this. So, great. Now I hope you enjoy. All right, we're live, guys. We're doing it. Thanks for coming out. I really appreciate. We're sitting around in a circle. It's like 2 days before I leave Portland in this community. But there's Portland, Oregon, the second Portland. Yeah, I'm super happy. We're just kind of good. I guess kind of what Gab's idea was kind of just give a point of wisdom, just how you view the world. Just kind of give any sort of advice, not to me necessarily, just out in the world that you feel is something to be shared. So I would like to not start.
Is this thing on? Can I start?
Yeah. Well, I guess let's. I guess I'll introduce whoever it is first. So this is introduce yourself.
What do I say? I'm Forrest.
Yeah, you're Forrest.
I use they, them pronouns.
Awesome.
And I'm here on the podcast in the Outpost.
Yeah.
And I want to share some wisdom today.
Okay, sweet. I'm all about it.
This is something my dad said when I was younger,
mm-hmm.
and it stuck with me to this day.
Yeah.
He said, "It's nice to be nice to the nice." And that has gotten me far in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I choose who I'm nice to, but it's nice to be nice to the nice.
No, totally.
And I live by that.
Yeah, and this is I think it fosters this energy exchange that you don't find unless you're really just truly trying to care about another person.
Right.
And people, like, regardless, you can pick up on that, you think? Like how when it's just two people genuinely trying to be good people, that you can feel that maybe it's not like the most intimate connection ever, or it could be, but at the same time you guys understand that there's just a good person in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Your dad gave that to you?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was really young, probably like 7, 8,
Yeah.
9.
Cool. What were you doing? Was it like
We
he just
were
yelled at somebody? He's
actually-
like, wait,
I
let
remember
listen.
we were just at family dinner. We would gather as a family every
Cool.
night, and my mom and dad would make us a meal,
Yeah.
and we'd go around, share about our days, what
Nice.
we learned,
Yeah.
how school was, how work was, and I forgot what brought it up, but he just said, "It's nice to be nice to the nice."
Yeah.
And that like really stuck with me.
Yeah. That's awesome. No, that's a great piece of advice. Yeah, no, I've never heard that either, and it's something that kind of sticks.
Yeah.
It's nice to be nice to the nice. Definitely, for sure. Awesome. Forrest, I feel as if I haven't gotten to get to know you enough since I've been here.
We haven't talked too much.
Yeah, no, you're such a valued member of the community here, and I see that.
Thank you.
And no, like everybody here loves you, and you're hilarious. Like I will, like I know it's basically sometimes like I'm just there like listening to my thing or whatever, and you're like with Faye, but like I'll hear you say things, and I'm like, that was funny, like that was funny, and I'll just like be just sitting there eating my beans and eggs. So yeah, yeah. So I really wish I could have gotten to get to know you more intimately. But I think, you know, if I'm just being like vulnerable, I think there was this kind of connection between us that I don't know. I think we were both trying to like figure each other out.
Just a little.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure each other out, and like never in a bad way. Just like I was like, I just, you know, like it's just some people, you know, it's just harder to kind of connect in that sense.
You're like an enigma to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Intimidated but curious.
No, I was intimidated by you. I didn't tell you this, but remember when we went out for my birthday? I never told anybody out.
I didn't know it was your birthday when we.
No,
went out.
I know. Betsy, literally.
Nobody knows.
I know. I know. No, literally. No, I don't think I even met. It was like how I was like my first week there.
Yeah,
like it was like nothing. Anyways, this I wanted to tell you this and I didn't. That like I noticed how much people care about you here, and how much you bring to this house in just a fun way. Like I can tell you're that person to a lot of people, and I'm happy that, you know, the short time we did have, I'm happy to get to know you.
Oh, likewise,
Yeah,
thank you.
of course.
That meant a lot. Gonna cry on the podcast.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. We can pass the mic here.
Anyone else have some wisdom they would like to share? You're a dad.
I'm a dad.
Do you have dad wisdom?
No.
Yeah. So this.
I wish.
Yes, you do though. Cool. Yeah. So this is Alex McKay.
I'm Alex McKay.
Alex McKay. Man, so many good conversations with
We
you.
had really good ones.
I wish we could have had more, and I know we can have a lot more.
Oh, for sure.
You know, it's I really connected with you a lot.
Yeah.
You definitely another person that's just like everyone. I'm going to say like I haven't gotten to know you enough, but I am stoked that we did get to, you know, spend some time together.
Some great moments.
Yeah, for sure. Just thinking and just being curious.
Yeah.
Cool. So just tell us a little about yourself.
He, him pronouns, and just moved from Tennessee to Portland. I grew up here in Pacific Northwest.
Sweet.
Got 2 boys and a wife. They're super awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
And they got an awesome dad.
Thank you.
So, I mean, especially this, I think this is especially salient for you being a father. Being able to, I think this is something that you probably think about a lot more than the average person being a parent. What sort of advice you want to impart on your child and how you want to embed them with the intelligence that and the kind of guide that you feel is important to live a well-lived life.
Yeah.
So
I feel like one of the biggest anxieties around parenting for me is imparting the right knowledge to or being the right example and saying the right things.
Yeah, no, and
Super
so I mean, yeah, please, if you have any.
Ooh, I don't have great.
You
like,
do
off the
though.
top of the cuff, like I just don't have like great wisdom. Like or like give me the pressure. I have a hard time with it.
No, yeah, no pressure again.
But,
yeah.
But yeah, one that I usually tell people, but it's also like kind of diverting with comedy, is never cook bacon naked. But I feel like you can learn. I mean, it's pretty good advice. Yeah.
Is that a metaphor for something?
I don't know.
Just like don't.
Is it a metaphor?
I feel like I'd be fine.
Never cook bacon naked.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be an acronym for something. I thought it was going to be like never
Is it a
stands
metaphor? I
for,
don't know.
or not a metaphor, but
An acronym?
an acronym. Yeah,
Mm.
an acronym for something.
It's not though.
Okay.
It might be though. It could be. I mean,
Yeah.
we could run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just let everyone think about
Well,
it.
I will. I'm going to ruminate on that one, and then we'll see what happens.
Sorry, Forrest's advice was really good though.
That
was
was solid.
actually, that's really that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
No, yeah, that is well, that's great advice too. You know what? It's true though, because even if I cook like the Beyond Meat, like I'm just the the splatter of the grease gets
Splatter
you.
always happens
The splatter of the grease gets you.
every time.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Well, do you have anything else to share?
That's it.
That's it. That's all you got.
I mean, I'm gonna miss you though.
I'm gonna miss you
Yeah,
too.
I feel like it was such a
Yeah.
short-lived spark. You know?
Yeah.
It
No.
was really cool.
For sure. Hey, likewise. Same.
What'd you say?
We have 6 people around us.
Yeah,
Um,
I've just made fun of me.
So this isn't. And we only have one mic, so we're sharing here. So you have to bear with us.
Yeah.
This
Hello.
is hello, Alex.
I'm Alex.
Alex and I recorded a podcast,
And the audio did not come out well, and I feel like I shared actually a lot of my wisdom with you already.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's actually wise, but I shared a lot
Definitely
about
is.
like my views of the world.
Definitely, yeah, I know, and it was great. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that, and
Wait,
I'm
Evan,
so-
can you give a TLDR of that podcast? If you had to sum up my wisdom beforehand and like,
well, we talked
Okay.
a lot about different things.
okay,
We talked about art. We talked about your printmaking. We talked about consciousness and death.
yeah,
We talked about a wide swath of ideas, but I guess how did you feel about it? I would like to know your.
Oh, I felt like it was good. I felt like we talked about viewing the world in a very just sort of like naturalistic way.
Yes, yeah,
And just sort of like, you know, when we disintegrate, when we become earth, when we become like grass, like
yeah.
what sort of would we have any sort of consciousness and like multiple universes sort of stuff like that. But
Definitely. If I can literally send that audio in somewhere to like
fix it?
somebody else can fix
Totally.
it, I will.
but
And
until then,
this
is all you have.
This is all you have, and it's really sad because they're an interesting mind. So
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I have a different piece of wisdom though that I thought of for today. So Carter gifted me this poetry book, and I didn't have a copy of it myself.
Yeah.
But you know The Prophet by Khalil. I don't know if is it Gibran or Gibran. I don't know if
I
it's,
don't know.
Okay, but it's a great book, and there are all these like illustrations in it that he did himself. But it's like definitely just like lots of like meditations on like love and parenthood and like I don't know. But my favorite is like on joy and sorrow.
Yeah.
And yeah. Ooh, I guess I'm not gonna read the poem, but
No, you don't have to.
I was gonna say it's about like, it's like joy and sorrow are the same thing, and your capacity to feel sorrow is like the same capacity to feel joy. So it's like this metaphor of like the vessel has to be carved out with knives for it to be able to hold.
Oh wow.
So
oh wow, that's an interesting
Yeah.
metaphor. That's
And
actually
so-
a really interesting metaphor for that
for that sort of concept.
Yeah.
So it's a sort of thing where, you know, like I feel like diving into the things that you really love and the capacity to like feel joy and like
Wow.
really experience that moment
Yeah.
is like you're definitely putting yourself in a vulnerable place because you have so much to lose and
Yeah.
inevitably it will end. But like you shouldn't. I feel like I have a hard time doing this. I'm always in the future, and like one of my personal goals is to just be more present in the moment and connect with like now.
Yeah.
But it like really like inhibits like I don't want to like shy away from the good things because I'm so afraid of them like falling apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it doesn't really matter. You have to just like, I don't know. That's like how you live a fuller experience.
Yeah, you have to be willing to be vulnerable and take the leaps when you see it. And to just like, it's so hard, but you have to be willing to trust others with yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, that's a great piece of wisdom for sure. I think that's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I recommend the poem.
Yeah.
Recommend the book. Yeah.
Is that your piece of wisdom?
I think that's probably, I mean, that's one that I feel like I very much taken to heart, because I feel like sometimes I've felt like I feel things really deeply, and it really hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I take a lot of solace in it, and like a lot of comfort that all of it is like connected, and that, you know, allowing myself to feel all of the negative things and the positive, you know, instead of just like stunting that on either side.
Yeah, no, for sure. It is not an easy road. No. It's not an easy road.
But yeah, and I feel like the best way for me to get there is to just like live and like be present in the moment, and just sort of like take my attention away from the other times and things that have happened or will happen, because it's like so just out of my control. Yeah.
I mean, everything's out of your control. Like,
that's definitely another thing I struggle with.
Yeah, you know, you resist when you fight that grip, whatever it tells you, like, oh, you gotta like try to like fight, relinquish all of your control and just let it happen, and you'll be amazed like what opportunities actually come up, and like how much of a more free and open heart and mind you have. Just letting it just go where it goes, and just follow your instincts. But again, I mean, you have to balance that with being pragmatic as well. But definitely, it's definitely a starting point to like come to those realizations. Just let it go. Like, it's out of your control. There's nothing to fight. Like, it's okay. Whatever happens, and like that's how you find it. Like, just there. It'll happen when it happens. And like, I've been fighting that recently, definitely a lot with, you know, I mean, I'm always into like, you know, the existential topics, and it's
how did you become interested in like existential? Is it? I don't know if it's technically existentialism or like.
It's not technically existentialism, no, but it's just existential. See, that's why I don't really like the term.
But how did it happen that you started feeling permanently an existential crisis?
Well,
you don't say you're in crisis.
I don't.
You just think about it a lot.
I don't, but I think like recently, like this past week, I was like, oh my god, like what's happening? Like thinking about my own mortality.
I know.
Thinking about consciousness. Thinking about how it works, where I'm going, like what sort of, you know, just ailments and everything that in the world that is just so fundamentally illusory. To me, I came to these realizations, and I could like I was like, that is where I want to follow everything now. Like, what is this? What is going on? Where are we? What is happening?
What's happening?
Like, and to me, like, that is the most interesting topic.
What the fuck is happening?
Like you wake up, and then you just start questioning everything. Oh my God,
we've got some friends here. It's my cousin Carter and her partner Baptiste.
Brother-in-law.
My bro, my bro-in-law.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cousin-in-law. Yeah, we're not sisters. We're both only children.
Yeah, I guess that makes more sense, doesn't it?
We're like,
No, I knew that, but I didn't.
We're as close to sisters as either of us will ever have.
Cousin-in-law is, I guess, a better term.
Yeah, but I feel like I've expended my wisdom a little.
Oh yeah, please.
But
well, thank you.
And I also want to give other people a turn to speak.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'll take it whenever. I'll pass it over. Thanks, Alex.
For sure.
I enjoyed all of our conversations as we. It's been fun. Gabriella. Third guest of the podcast. third guest. Gabriella, how are you?
I was on the third episode.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's changed.
Yeah.
I was the fourth on this one.
Oh, yeah, you're the fourth, fifth. Well, I get
Fourth
if I count as 5.
What wisdom doing?
So you okay? Well,
What?
we're gonna assume that people watch. Just like,
Oh yeah.
No, tell
you
me,
should
please.
have watched the
Yeah,
last one.
we're gonna assume that you've already
Or listen.
listened to
Okay, listen.
listen to Gab, and no, I'm good. I'm just thinking. I'm sorry.
You're good.
We'll cut it all out in post. No. Yeah. So I just tell us a little bit about yourself. They never listened to the last podcast, but I don't
First of
know
all,
anything.
If you didn't listen to the last one, what are you doing?
Yeah. What are you doing?
But anyways, no, I am Gabriella. I live at the Outpost. I have 2 of the best cats. I don't know if I
Yes.
mentioned that in the last one, but
Chance and Kitty.
Chance and Kitty.
What are the chances you had such a good cat?
What are the chances? But I don't know what else to say about introducing myself. I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah. No. So we're just giving
my
a piece of
wisdom.
wisdom.
Shut up, Baptist. I'm sorry. My thing was to trust yourself. I was kind of listening to what you guys were saying, and it reminded me that I have been trying to trust myself more with my choices and like what I'm doing in life, I guess. I don't feel like I've been doing that enough.
Is it you think you find it in your as a part of your confidence?
I guess, yeah, in terms of
Like confidence in yourself?
Yeah, I guess. But I just feel like I don't know. I guess it's confidence in myself that I'll make the right decision, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is a I mean, that's a big one, is when you learn to trust yourself and be okay. Like, it relates to what we were just talking about, just trusting the process, trusting
definitely.
that what happens,
Exactly.
and to not be so resistant. And it's such a good way to build your own ability to go take on your own mind.
Definitely.
To be like, you have all these ideas in your head, you have all these plans, you have these things that you want to do for yourself and for others, and that really is like how you build the habit of trusting that. Just taking small leaps and just like, oh yeah, I got this. I got this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trust your intuition.
Yeah, for
Believe
sure.
in yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As somebody who's fresh off a New York City across the country road trip, that is a good one. No, that's a good one, because that's a big deal. That's such a big deal because not many people get to do that.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
whether it's for their own reasons.
Especially not the way I did it.
Yeah, no, totally. And something you'll remember forever.
Definitely.
It's something you'll never forget. And I'm stoked that you went on that.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Awesome.
Yeah, me as well. Definitely learned a lot of lessons there.
Yeah.
That's related though.
Okay, this is Betsy Hafke. She's number one. She's number one. She's also coming back for my 100th episode. The 100th episode podcast. Betsy, I love you.
I love you too. How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm chilling, MC.
Sweet. Awesome.
Yeah.
Piece of wisdom, Betsy. Piece of wisdom.
Don't make me laugh. I love this topic. I actually think about this.
Yeah, no.
Oh, am I getting recorded? That's not a good idea. Oh, no. No, wait, she's going. Okay. My wisdom. Well,
I know you.
Two
I know
things.
you have. I know you're like. I already have it locked and loaded.
2 things. Travel often. I say that in the sense of trying new things, full sense only. You know, like. Do you not know? Wait,
full sense.
But yeah, full sense only.
Fully
If
sense
you want to
only.
fucking send it, send it. I don't know. I think about all the times I was unsure. I didn't have all the answers, but I was okay with it. And they're the best decisions I've ever made. This is one of them. So
totally
full sense.
Full send.
You know, what was the other thing? Oh, I don't know. I think traveling and going to new places gets to kind of allow you to see how resilient you are, especially if you don't know a certain. I don't know if you don't know the way, right?
Yeah.
You're just kind of exploring this new place for the first time.
For
You're
sure.
like, I thought I knew where that was. I don't. And now you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But we got to get there.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
You get to kind of see like, oh no, I can figure out the answers. I can do this. You know?
Yeah. No, totally. It's, again, like, I feel like, you know, wisdom relates in this kind of web of connections. And this is, it again, relates to Gab's point of just trusting yourself, being able to trust the process. For sure, it's to try new things. To try new things is it's a skill in a way where you seek it out. You seek out new things. Like, I've never done that before. What would it be like if I did? Like, not even for any real, just to see what happens. Like, literally, just to see what happens. And you never know. Like, though, you know, you can take out these far gambles somewhere. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be insane, but we can take smaller acts every day that lead to a lot of incremental changes of varying degrees. And this is it's definitely a way to just kind of be mindful of what you're doing, to not get caught in the loop, to not get caught in the repetitive cycle of things, and to kind of build your trust in yourself, to just like, oh yeah, it's fine, it's totally good, I'm okay. If it's small things like trying a new fruit, like literally small things that you've never done before, contribute to a large paradigm shift in your mind that I think is very that can be extremely beneficial for someone who feels caught. So definitely, that's a great point for sure, Betsy.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Betsy, I admire and love and cherish you so much. You are awesome. You and I have had so much fun out here surfing and skating and just getting food and just getting to know each other every night, like little by little. And literally from the get-go, though, literally I showed up to the garden party and Betsy and I talked for like an hour and a half. So I'm so thankful that you're in my life and I got to meet you. And we're not going to let that stop. So
it can't. I want your WhatsApp like after this.
My WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, you'll have all my contact.
No, I love you, buddy. I'm so glad you trialed and errored out here in the sense of like trying it, seeing if it was the vibe or not, and building some really great relationships along the way.
For sure.
Know?
There's no error. There's no error in that.
I didn't mean it like that. I just
no,
meant the
I
phrase
know,
happens to, but
no, totally. And I totally understand. It's not an error, though. You know, and I know you don't mean it like that, but I think that there's this sense that if you go do something, like, and it's like, I left in a few months, like, it just didn't work. And that's not true at all. Like, you gained so much connection and intimacy and knowledge and wisdom and experiences that you will carry with you forever. And those don't go away. Like, these are the you know, it becomes the foundation of the rest of your life every moment. It's how you put your own perspective on things and think like, no, like I thought, you know, I could have came here and be like, I didn't get to, you know, I didn't want to do anything with anybody and I didn't get to know anybody and I just kept to myself the entire time and I left like that, you know, like, no, of course not. I came here to really meet people. That's why anybody joins a house of like 15 other people living here is like, it's for the people. It's for the connection. It's for that experience, no matter how long you're here. I mean, Alex and I were here for pretty much the same time, and you build so much that you will take forever. And I'm just happy that I could share it with all of you guys, and you guys have been so welcoming from the beginning. So,
yeah, I wish you nothing but the best. on your next adventure and try everything once. Say yes.
Hell yeah,
Have fun.
We'll say yes. Awesome, Betsy. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Baptiste.
What do I have to say?
Oh, that sexy voice on there. We can't. I was telling Betsy, I don't know if I've told you yet. Did I tell you that I have my Spotify, like when I'm at the gym, I'll just listen to, like sometimes I'll just put on my recents, and then I'll hear Mattress come on, which is Baptiste's band. It's literally they're amazing. They're so good. But it's the band you had in France, and it comes on with this smooth, sexy French voice, and it motivates me to work out harder.
You and me is forever.
Yeah.
That's my wisdom.
But yeah, so I would have loved to gotten a chance to interview you about on you all right? I would have loved to get to. I'm so happy that we got to meet. I wish we could have gone on more one-on-one things.
Look. While you were here, I think I was like going through enormous changes.
Yeah.
Through my life.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry I had to make choices.
No, you didn't make any choices.
And you were, we weren't present to each other because, things happening. We were living in the same house, the same floor, the doors next to each other. And yeah. It's like, I do recall we do sleep next to each other. Yep, we sleep to each other. We sleep to each other. Yeah, no, you probably listen to me and Carter like.
No, you know what? And Carter was saying that. Gab, you can attest to this. You can't hear anything in that room. The walls are solid walls. I don't hear anything.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, no, like it's crazy that we got to live for two months next to each other, and I really appreciated your presence and
likewise
your wisdom, and it was great being next to you. It's just sometimes, and there's no regret to have here. Like it's just a bag of chips. You open, and you can get back, and because it's a friendship, you can get back to them.
Yeah.
A few years later, and they're still crispy as fuck.
Yeah. Well, we love.
You just roll it up, yeah.
Yeah.
Like real tight though.
Bap, no, yeah. No,
bonds of friendships are real tight, dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No,
that's how you got it rolled up. That.
They're real crispy, Bap.
So here's my wisdom.
Yes, please. Also, you switched real quick. Bap, I'm just happy. No apology necessary for anything. I'm so happy we got to know you just at all.
There wasn't any apology.
Well, yeah. All right. I'm okay. I'll just say this. I'm happy. I'm so stoked I got to meet you and hang out with you while I was here. It's been great getting to know you.
Really,
for sure.
Chill person. All the good things.
Same.
Like I appreciate the way you go about life, trying new things, like trusting the present moment and letting it guide you in like your past wisdom. You know what's right for you.
Yeah.
And, like I think you bring that presence with you, and that's very empowering.
Thank you so much. That really truly means a lot. It's not easy for me to kind of always recognize that I try my best to kind of bring an energy and just try to be loving, and I fall short so many times, which I don't. It hurts me that I just can't do it enough. But that really means a lot, Bab. That really does. I don't hear it, I guess I do hear it. I hear it, but it's like I don't hear it to myself. Like it's hard for me to kind of like, oh yeah, like that. It does mean so much, because it's not it's not something that comes easy for me to accept those things.
Hey.
So it really,
Like,
thank you so much.
I have trust issues with myself.
Yeah.
It's not a natural thing in this day.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard with like all those devices that tell you that you should be better and
Mm-hmm.
you should experience all those things.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually doing it though, which is like impressive enough. Like, but like I'm not ambitious. I'm not an ambitious person. I don't want to do.
You are. You have a band.
I have I just let it happen.
Yeah.
You know? Some people have drive. Some other people have something different. I think I'm different. In that way. Not that I'm superior to anyone, but
we're all different.
Like, there's people like you who actually, like, go further and that's impressive. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Really. Love you. Can I please? Let's get your wisdom. Let's get your wisdom.
My?
Or was that the wisdom?
What do I have to say?
Just a piece of it.
Putain! That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. Carter
is very smart.
Carter.
Hi. Am I supposed to hold this
Yeah,
any
no,
particular way?
that sounds good.
Okay.
I'm so stoked, and I am so bummed I didn't get to interview you.
It's okay, you're interviewing me now.
I'm interviewing you now. I love talking to you because you bring so much intelligence, and I feel so, I feel really empowered to do more when I'm around you intellectually. Yeah, it's so cool to get to dissect your mind just in little bits at a time, because I think you're someone who thinks so deeply about things, and I just really, really, really want to get your insight on everything. So I'm.
See, I appreciate you because I think you think deeply about things. I feel like I can bring my thoughts, and you'll
for sure
grapple with them. So it's great to have.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Minds that way.
Yeah, no, and it's something that's why I really do. I really have valued our snippets of conversation throughout, and like going to do yoga with you, and just like going to the Bluffs or whatever, and just meeting you, having conversations at dinner, whatever. It's really been a pleasure to get to know you, and to get to know your mind a bit. So thank you so much.
I will say I don't think I would have done the hot yoga if you weren't brave and did it first. So thank you.
You did. So you did the hot.
Yeah, it was really fun.
The hot yoga.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
I didn't do like the hot sculpt or like hot power yoga.
Yeah, no.
Just regular hot yoga.
Yeah.
That was enough.
Yeah, it's brutal, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
but
so
it
good.
felt great.
Yes. No.
I was like so strong.
What's the name? It was shout out to Firelight Yoga, right?
Yeah.
Firelight Yoga. So yeah, super. I walked out of that. I cannot exaggerate how badly it was. And I was like, I picked this position that was literally in the center of everybody. Me trying to do all these poses, just drenched in sweat, and it was that was an experience. But I'm glad I did it, and I felt great afterwards.
Yeah.
Very dehydrated, though.
Yeah, I definitely came in because that was also during the heat wave. Mm-hmm. So I came inside in the air conditioning and was like, I'm not leaving again today. I can't.
No, literally. Oh, you did it. You had the guts to do it during a heat wave, which is an impressive feat. Cool, awesome. What is I mean, I guess you've. I feel as if you're somebody who's really gone through a lot of. You've talked about your experiences growing up as somebody who's kind of a little bit separated in ways, and I don't know how much I don't know. I would like to explore where a little bit more with you on that, and then a piece of wisdom that comes out of your childhood.
Interesting from my childhood.
Well, I guess some more, and I mean not childhood,
yeah.
but more formative experiences you've had? Like, is there a piece of wisdom that has come out of that?
I think, I mean...
Or just any piece of wisdom. I don't know why I'm getting so in-depth with it, but
I got it.
Any piece of wisdom you want to give is fine with me.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is a piece of, like, trusting your intuition and letting life's path unfold for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of this combination of, you know, what are you wanting out of life, and then how is that aligning with the needs of the world around you,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the way that the universe is set up, what paths are available. But okay, my piece of wisdom, because I had time to think about this.
No, yes, please. You were like, I've already have one in mind. Why are you throwing a curveball at me? I'm like, I'm so sorry.
It's basically just cultivate presence. And I feel like, you know, the Buddha's been talking about this for however many thousands of years. But just the more life I live and the more I practice cultivating presence, the more I just find that to be so true. And just understanding that life is here to be lived, and there's a lot of discomfort in life, there's pain, there's grief, and there's also really deep levels of joy and pleasure to be experienced, and you're not gonna make it easier by trying to, like, shy away and not live in the present moment. I think we have this, like, fear of that pain that I think keeps us small, keeps us away from experiencing that depth, and the depth in working through it is what's actually going to help us deal with life. So that's something I've been working with a lot lately. For sure. That's an amazing piece. I've never heard that. What ways do you find helpful to cultivate presence in that sense? I mean, meditation. For one. Yeah, for sure. And just trying to get really clear on, like, the fact that, you know, you have some number of years to be a human on this earth, and understanding that that's this, like, precious gift. I was reading this book recently. It was written by this minister who was dying of cancer. He was in his 50s, so not even particularly old. And he was talking about sort of the odds of his diagnosis and how long he might survive, and there's all these numbers that the doctors had given about percent chances. And he's like, well, did you realize, like, I realized that just for me to be born, there's, like, this minuscule chance that, you know, my parents made love at the right time, and like the particular sperm met the particular egg, and then that pregnancy was able to be carried to term. And then, like, not only that, but that had to happen for countless generations going back before then. And then, like, what are the odds that, like, Earth even exists in the first place? And what are the odds that each of us all exists together at the same time? And it just gets smaller and smaller. And so realizing how much of a miracle life is, and not wanting to waste it by playing small. No, like, that's totally. Just so real. No, it is, like, that is an incredible point. Yes, it's not wasted because you realize it's not small. Like, this time we have, regardless, like, there's so much. There's the deep joys and the deep sorrows that you can experience, but it's this chase, like, after knowing that you have it, you have something here. Something is here. And how can we do the absolute best with it that we possibly can, and give that experience to as many possible creatures in the universe as much as we possibly can. As well. That same minister, I'll just close with one quick quote of his that sticks with me. So his like really, like, quick version of life advice. His name is Reverend Forrest Church. Is let me try to remember it correctly. Want what you have, do what you can, be who you are. Want what you can. Want what you have. Want what you have. Do what you can. Do what you can. Be who you are. Be who you are. That is, that is pretty powerful. Want what you can. That is, yeah. No, I think I like that's something that I think it spreads over a wide
a wide swath of ideas to kind of really contemplate and like dig deep into, because learning how to do each specific facet of that quote takes a lot of patience and a lot of time and a lot of energy and thought to be put into to really apply those principles the best you can. So that's something that I'm definitely actually gonna. I'll write that down. I list a bunch of notes in my quotes notes.
Great.
And that's going in there. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it, and thanks for being a good friend out here. It's been great getting to know you, and
Yeah,
you know,
likewise.
if our paths ever cross again.
I really hope they will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I feel like we're adventuring people.
Exactly.
Adventures cross paths.
No, literally though, it's true though. It's so true. You're like, how did that happen? Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Thank you so much. I don't want to take up everybody's time on this podcast, so I appreciate all you guys for sharing your advice, your piece of wisdom with me. I guess I'll sort of conclude with my, again, just my appreciation for every one of you guys. What's that? Oh, my wisdom. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that's a big question, isn't it? I've been asking everybody. I'm like, wait, I haven't even thought about my piece of wisdom. Man, all right. My piece of wisdom, just be loving. Like, be loving. Love. That's it. That's all you can do. It's not easy. It sucks. It sucks to go through so much of life. It's no matter how much you think you have it figured out or how much anybody has it figured out, or you think they have it figured out. Everyone's struggling. Everybody's going through a tough time. It's not easy to be out here and see the suffering and the pain externally and internally. And it's not easy to recognize it in yourself and among other people. So being able to be the person, the presence that spreads that one thing that everybody's searching for, that one thing that brings contentment and fulfillment and happiness to every single thing that we possibly know. More love, just more of a chance for other people to feel that within themselves, and for you to feel that within yourself. It takes practice and patience and a real dedicated mind to kind of pinpoint that as a target for every single day. Just love, even if it's a small thing. Don't allow yourself to think in any. You can hear the thoughts. You hear these thoughts in your head that might not. You don't relate to. You don't want to relate to them. You're like, that you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. To be mindful of that, and to focus on care and sympathy and empathy with other people, and the ability to spread your kindness, because everyone appreciates it, and yourself will appreciate it as well. So that'll be my piece of advice. Thank you guys so much for being amazing friends and housemates, and just genuine great people to hang out with. I love you too, all.